Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome back to finally a developer's roadmap. So we got this email. We got this post on Reddit 7 hours ago now, it seems. I've actually redone this video like 2-3 times now, and each time I kind of feel like I really got off track about what I was trying to say. So I want to do this again, and I want to talk just about the actual update and what's coming, not really lose myself in a lot of other things, because I do have a Let's Talk that's going to come out soon, which actually I'm going to have to change a little bit now because of what this means. I was not expecting some of this stuff that we're going to talk about here, but let's jump into it. All right, so here it says, hey everyone, first here's a sneak peek at some of the new highlights in the next few updates. We're going to talk about week the version 6.3 and 6.31, 6.30 and 6.31, and this is going to be happening next week. Is it next week? Yeah, it is next week. 11/13 next week. The week of the 20th and the week of the 27th. So right now, if I'm not mistaken, we are on week 7. So this is going to be week 8, 9, and 10 of this version 6. That means there's going to be 2 more weeks left after this before version 7 comes out. And actually, I gotta say, before we start here, I was really not expecting to see this stuff until version 7, which is kind of making me feel a little odd about this, but here we go. So 6.30, week of 11/13, which is actually this Tuesday, guys. So this Tuesday, is it this Tuesday when it's gonna come out? Yeah. So this Tuesday we are going to see this first one: front end UI revamp, improvements mentioned, the state of development vlog, in-depth first look blog coming early next week. So I don't even know what to say, guys. This is blowing me away right here. So let me just show you guys what this is, because we're gonna have to deviate for a second here and jump over here. So this was the Save the World State of Development that happened in October. That happened the 22nd, a couple of weeks ago. And in this one, they did talk about the no free to play, etc., but they did also talk about the front end improvements. They did say that this stuff, I believe, was coming in the next couple of months, I think is what they said. Yeah, so they said the front end UI should feel more like an integrated and understandable part of the game. Bringing the inventory into the front end earlier this year was the first step, but the upcoming revamp will push things even further. And if I don't remember, yeah, they said to prepare the rollout in the next few months. Next few months, to me, kind of felt like, okay, we're not going to see this until version 7, because version 7 would have been January. This kind of I don't know, guys. I don't know how to feel about this, because this is literally 2-3 weeks after this they talked about this. This is really fast. I don't know if this means that they're going to be releasing these updates in chunks, because, and again, I should have started this video talking about this. We need to understand, and we need to remember that, of course, we are in the beta, guys. We are in the beta, and in betas, you have to expect, especially with games, and this is a very open beta, very large, and also we had to pay for it. But in most betas in games, you constantly have things that are introduced and then completely taken away. Complete revamps of stuff that work or don't work, and it's just a constant amount of testing to see what the game should be at the end. Think, for those of you who played, what's that game called? The one where you drop into a remote planet, and it's a water planet, and you guys know what I'm talking about. That game. I can't believe I forgot it now. But in that game, I just remember it's the Aurora. I can't remember the game now. I want to say something like Atlantica, but that's not it. But in that game, if you guys have been playing, if you guys were playing that game in the pre-alpha, the alpha, and then the beta, that game was ridiculous how many changes, movements, things were shifted around. So it's understandable that that would happen in a game of this magnitude. Let's continue. We're reorganizing menu options to make it easier to find and converting some old UI tutorial quests to use a new callout system. Additionally, we're adding polish and characters to the menus at the end of the revamp. We want to move more of your Fortnite experience into the game rather than to the front end. We'll release an in-depth look at all these incoming changes in the next few weeks to prepare for the rollout in the next few months. So this right here is where I thought, okay, so they said here, they're going to release an in-depth look at these incoming changes in the next few weeks. So that makes complete sense that early next week we're going to get a blog kind of talking about this, and the rollout will happen in the next few months. But if I'm reading this correctly here, it says improvements are coming. The revamp is happening next week with an in-depth blog coming in early next week. Now I don't know if this, I don't know, am I reading this wrong? Am I understanding this incorrectly? Because the way that I'm understanding this is they're just slapping the whole thing out there, and potentially they're going to be continuing to work on it in the next few months. If you guys are understanding that in a different way, please let me know, because that's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm understanding it. And it's really scary. It's really scary. Let's continue, and we'll talk about this a little bit more near the end. Last World Revolver added to the weekly store. Fire from the hip to shoot with the speed or aim down sights with improved accuracy with this brand new 6-shooter. I kind of think that this 6-shooter is the 6-shooter that Battle Royale had. So a lot of people have been wanting this weapon. I think it's kind of cool. We're going to get it. That's going to be really fun. And then in 6.30, it's going to be a content update. So for those of you who don't know how the Save the World updates kind of worked, they introduced this several months ago, where we have an update, a patch notes update, a big update with a lot of stuff. And then the next week, we're kind of like on a 2-week rotating cycle. The next week is a content update. And in the content update, really all they really do is maybe work on some bugs and stuff like that, and introduce a new hero or a new weapon or something like that. Very, very few times have we ever had like a big patch update. And this is something that in the previous versions of this video, I just went off on a really long tangent, because I do have another Let's Talk that I'm working on, in which I talk about this. I'm going to talk about that, because see, I almost started again. But we are going to get a ghost pistol on the week of the 11/20th, which fires balls of ghostly energy that pass through enemies and the world. Wow, that's going to be interesting. All right, so week 631, week of 11/27, we're going to get the Canny Valley Part 2. The story continues, and a new melee weapon added to the weekly store. Additionally, it said, oh, you guys can't read that, sorry. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. There's the ghost pistols of the Canny Valley. Additionally, be on the lookout for new bug fixes to chat throughout this time period. We're not quite finished with 2018 yet, as we work through the changes mentioned in the State of Development blog. We're also heads down wrapping up Canny Valley, working on a brand new winter event, and cooking up a few more surprises. Okay. This is where I am kind of... Let's talk about the Canny Valley thing first, too. So Canny Valley Part 2 is coming out. A lot of us were expecting Canny Valley Part 2 to actually release at the beginning of version 6. And some of us were thinking, you know what, I honestly thought we were not going to see Canny Valley Part 2 until version 7. I thought that the next few weeks, the next couple of months was going to be very, very low. Nothing really crazy going on. And, well, I am mistaken. It's seriously mistaken. Canny Valley Part 2 is going to be huge. It's going to be an entire extra storyline. I do believe I'm going to start doing Canny Valley Part 1 and Part 2 very soon. You know, probably in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, because we are going... It looks like we're going to go through a time period of about... At least a month. We're going to go through the next month or so without anything new in the sense of an event. So remember that we have one more week after this week. We have one more week until probably on the week of the 11/20th. we are going to be done with the Fortnite event. So you need to be able to use your candy in that time, etc., etc. You know, just get through it. Also, see, this is where I'm kind of lost here, guys. This is a lot. Okay, this is a lot. The UI changes, I have no idea what they mean by introducing them. They're gonna the improvements. They're revamping. The improvements are coming, and an in-depth blog is coming. Even though they said it would be in the next few months. Same thing with Canny Valley Part 2. I think they said that it was going to be in the next few months. They're heads down wrapping up Canny Valley. This means Canny Valley Part 3 will possibly happen before the end of 2018. And they're working on a brand new winter event. This is a lot, guys. Okay? And this is kind of where, you know what, I kind of want to end this video because I do want to, like I said, I want to focus this video on the actual update, on the actual news. And that is this developer roadmap. This developer roadmap is just 3 little bullet points with just massive implications, guys. This is a massive amount of gameplay. This is a massive amount of data, a massive amount of content being introduced into the game in a very short amount of time. Potentially with the introduction, I mean, looking at December is going to be the last 4 weeks of the event. Remember, sorry, of the version. Each version has 12 weeks. This version seems to have 3 parts, which they're kind of messing up a little bit here. The last 4 weeks, the last chunk of this event, of this version, is going to be apparently winter event as well, because it kind of feels like the events last 4 weeks. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Honestly, right now, I am looking at this and I don't know what to think. I'm going to do some more research. I am going to be releasing some Let's Talks very soon. Kind of just going through and talking about how I feel about this, because I feel it's so much that I feel very... I don't feel positive about it. It's too much. It's like we went so long with so little information, so little communication. This is the first development roadmap we've had since, what is it, August 10th, I believe, the last time I said we had one. And we got used to having those quite often. This is a giant amount of information out of nowhere. That is very... It's exciting, but it's too much. It's too much for my poor little heart to handle. I'm excited to see what they're coming up with, but I'm hoping they're just not unloading everything they've worked on quickly, because time is running out. I keep saying this. Those of you who played Paragon, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sorry to end on such a weird negative note. You know, I know I could keep talking about this for 20 minutes, half an hour, an hour more. Honestly, I could. But I'm going to leave it there because I really want to focus on the Let's Talks, kind of breaking down. I have 2 Let's Talks I'm working on. One, all the big things that are coming, and one kind of just like what I think happened in the last couple of months that we did not get since August. Since August, when we kind of stopped getting information, communication, or anything from Epic Games. So, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. For those of you who have made it to this point in the video, you guys know that I am not streaming today, Friday, but I will be doing my Saturday stream, like I regularly do. But also, there is going to be some major changes, guys. There's going to be some major changes coming to my stream and to my channel in the next couple of weeks and in the next couple of months. And some things that I've been working really hard on. So I hope you guys stick around for that. I will be announcing those tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Get out there, get your gold. I have to grind some gold because We gotta get gold. We gotta get gold to get the stuff because stuff is changing, and we've got 2 more weapons coming, and a new UI. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be interesting. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.